Hi, my name is Ashwani Kumar. Welcome to NTA UGC NET self-preparation channel. In this video, we're going to discuss about the topic that is the faculty-student ratio as per the UGC norms, AICT norms, and the NBA norms. Okay, so most of the people may be working in the colleges, either it might be the engineering colleges or it might be some higher educational institutions. As in teaching profession, so you should know what is the faculty-student ratio as per the UGC, AICT, and the NBA norms. Why? Because this FSR, that is faculty student ratio, is going to show huge impact on the teachers who are working in the colleges, okay, or in higher education institutions, okay, that we are going to see now in this video. So before going into the details, please don't forget to subscribe and share the channel to get the updates regarding paper 1 self-preparation videos and paper 2 electronic science self-preparation videos. So faculty, JRF, SRF and PhD notifications in IIT, NIT, IIIT, central and state government universities, and the latest news regarding the NTA, UGC, NET. So to get the latest updates regarding all these topics as a notifications to your mobiles, laptops or desktops, don't forget to subscribe the channel. And if your friends are also waiting for these type of topics, then share this channel link to your friends also, because it will be helpful to them also. Okay, so now while coming to the content of the video, as per the University Grant Commission norms, 25:1 for the is the ratio for the undergraduation courses. So what it means is that for every 100 students in our college, 4 faculty members are required, okay, at least 4. And while coming to the post graduation courses, 10:1 is the ratio. That means for every 100 students, 10 faculty members must be there at least. Okay, so it is a faculty student ratio as per the UGC norms. And while coming to the AICT norms, that is All India Council for Technical Education, see, earlier it was 15:1. Okay, so for the undergraduation courses it was 15:1 earlier. That means for every 90 students, 6 faculty members are required. While coming to the present situation, the ratio is 20:1. Okay, that means the 15:1 ratio is moved to 20:1. This from this academic year onwards, that means from 2019 to 2020. Okay, from this academic year onwards, this ratio, faculty student ratio, is increased from 15:1 to 20:1. See, earlier, that means earlier it was for 90 students 6 faculty members are required. Now for 100 students only 5 faculty members are required. This huge increase in faculty to student ratio by the AICT did a disaster to the careers of the most of the postgraduate students or the most postgraduate candidates who are working as a faculty members in the engineering college. That I will show you the proof later, so please continue the video. And as per the NBA, see here the ratio is 25:1. So as per the NBA, I mean, in few articles, this ratio is also mentioned as 30:1, that I will show you now. So 25:1 is very high comparing with the 20:1. So what it means is that for every 100 members, for every 100 students, only 4 faculty members are required. Okay. So that means here for every 100 students, 5 faculty members are required as per the AICT new rule. And now as per the NBA, it is for every 100 students, so only 4 faculty members are required. And this in some I will show you some article regarding the official article of the NBA. This ratio is 30:1 is also there. Okay. So if you observe all these ratios, all these ratios are really putting the careers of the teachers who are in the teaching profession in a very risk. Okay, so that I will show you now. See, the drawbacks of this huge increase in faculty to student ratio are a lot of postgraduate candidates are on the roads. Okay, so it's a frankly, okay, it's a correct thing that most of the postgraduate students are roaming on the road. Okay, that means there is no career security in India even after post graduation also. Okay, so post graduation is not a small education. Okay, so it is a higher education. So even though after completion of the post graduation, the candidates are roaming on the roads without having any jobs due to this increase in ratio, and the college managements are taking this one as a very big advantage, and they are gaining the more and more, some crores of income they are gaining from their education institutes for every year. Okay, that I will show now. So how far the government will provide career security to PhD holders? Okay, so we will discuss about this point in the next video. Okay, so please keep this point in your mind. Okay, that we will discuss in the next video. Okay, and see, I will show you some articles. See here, the article in the New Indian Express: 8,000 engineering college teachers lose jobs in 1 year. Actually, as per my knowledge, it's a situation in Hyderabad. Okay, it's situation in Hyderabad that 8,000 engineering college teachers lose job in 1 year. But as per my knowledge, all over the India, some lakhs of the candidates lose their job due to this increase in faculty to student ratio. Okay, see, I will read this article. A year since All India Council for Technical Education increased the student faculty ratio from 15:1 to 20:1. Thousands of teaching staff in private engineering continue to lose their jobs or face pay cuts. Nearly 8,000 teachers have either lost their jobs or had to take up jobs with a massive pay cut in the state. Nearly 70% of them are from around 70 engineering colleges in the city. Okay, so it is this 8,000 figure is not the exact figure. It is nearly 8,000. It is a situation only in one place, that is in Hyderabad. Okay, and you just imagine the count all over the India. Okay, and the ordeal of the teachers is far from over. Most senior level teachers had to take 30 to 40% pay cut to stay employed post the revamped AICT guidelines. Okay, so due to this increased faculty ratio by the AICT, the colleges are not showing interest to continue their senior faculty or senior level teachers. Okay, why? Because they are planning to recruit the just post-graduated candidates with 12,000 and 16,000 of pay, okay, per month. Okay, so that's why the senior level teachers, to protect their jobs, they voluntarily cutting to 30 to 40 percentage from their pay. Okay, so if 50,000 they are getting as a salary per month, so in that 50,000, 40% of amount is cutting, and only remaining 60% of the salary they are taking to protect their jobs in that college. Okay, that is a worst situation happening nowadays in the present engineering colleges. So P. Lakshman, assistant professor with a city engineering college, said his pay shrunk from 27,000 to 18,000. Okay, so previously he was having the 27,000 and now he is getting only 18,000, and no reasons were given. Those who couldn't compromise quit and ended up being unemployed, he said. Okay, so already the salary being given to teachers was below the AICT prescribed norms. By increasing the student faculty ratio, AICT has given college managements a chance to incur more profits. Instead of 15:1, several colleges are now even implementing 25:1 or 30:1 ratio. This has led to layoffs of nearly 25% of faculty, Lakshman said. Okay, so it is a worse situation happening in the present private engineering colleges. So calling it as a worst thing to have happened to teachers of technical education, he said that the changed student to faculty ratio has pitted freshers with teachers and with 20 years of experience, resulting in frustration and resentment among them. Qualification and experience have replaced numbers and money. Instead of hiring experienced faculty and paying them more, colleges are interesting to take just finished MTech graduates for a paltry sum of 12,000 to 16,000. Is it the AICT norm salary? Okay, colleges are following the AICT faculty student ratio perfectly, but why the college is not following the AICT salary norms? Okay, but the AICT is not ready to ask the questions to the managements of the colleges. I don't know why. So colleges also hoodwink the regulatory body by not uploading the qualification of the faculty, said another professor on the condition of anonymity. So it is a situation. Okay, and while coming to the one more article, see, it is a NBA. Okay, it is the official website of the NBA. I just took one PDF here. The student faculty ratio considered by NBA: undergraduate engineering programs Tier 1 and Tier 2, 25:1 for accreditation of 3 years. Okay, for accreditation of 3 years, 25:1, and for accreditation of 6 years, 15:1. Okay, and for the postgraduate engineering programs, 25:1 for the aggregation of 3 years. For diploma engineering programs, see the ratio 30:1 for aggregation of 3 years. Okay, and for PG management programs, 25:1 for 3 years and 15:1 for 6 years, and UG pharmacy 20:1 for 3 years and 15:1 for the 6 years. Okay, so it is the rules considered by the NBA. That's a faculty student ratio they have to maintain. Okay, and one more article. So it is a document I downloaded from the MHRD website, okay, UGC regulations.pdf. See here, a faculty recruitment policy and plan meet the characteristic plan requirements. The faculty plan should strive to maintain the faculty student ratio of at least 1:10. Okay, so this 1:10, and I will show this one in another article. See, all central universities or those deemed will need to have at least one teacher for 10 students for their postgraduate programs in science, and one for every 25 students at the undergraduate level as per the new regulations of UGC. That means 1:10 ratio for the postgraduate programs and 1:25 for the undergraduate programs. And see here the workload, the UGC regulations prescribed a varied set of required teacher-student ratio for different streams of studies, in addition to laying down strictures that the workload of the teacher should not be less than 40 hours a week for 30 working weeks in an academic year. So the workload of the teachers is also increased while coming to this para, okay, comparing with the previous workload. Okay, so the previous workload is not this much of high. Okay, and I will show you the one more article. This new AICTE rule on staff ratio puts engineering college faculty in line of fire in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so previously I showed you the article regarding the Hyderabad, and it is also the same the Indian New Indian Express, same paper, and this article is regarding the Coimbatore. Okay, so here the 1:15 to 1:20, and there are around 3 lakh seats in engineering college in Tamil Nadu. The total number of students considered all 4 years will be around 10 lakh. For this number of students, as per 1:15 ratio, there should be 66,500 teaching staff in the state, but under the new norms, 50,000 only is required. That means, just observe here, almost 16,500 faculty members lose their job due to this increase in faculty to student ratio. Okay, so these are the situations happening in the country due to this increase in faculty to student ratio in the higher education system. So by considering all the situations, how far the higher education institutes will provide the career security to the PhD holders? Okay, why? Because completion of PhD is not a small issue. Okay, so it's a highest education. So after completion of PhD also, how they are going to provide the security? Okay, that you see the video regarding this point in the next video. So at present, it is a content that I want to deliver to you from this video through my channel. Okay, so if you're having any things to discuss, please put your questions or doubts or anything, supporting or not supporting. So all these things put in the comment section. Okay, and please don't forget to subscribe the channel to get more updates regarding the latest news regarding the UGC or AICTE or NBA like this. And the candidates who are preparing for the NTA UGC NET exam in the December 2019, you will get the videos for the paper 1 subject, okay, that is teaching aptitude and research aptitude. So don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.